नमस्कार नन्हे दोस्तों, एक बार फिर से आपके साथ उपस्थित हैं। स्वागत करते हैं स्पोर्टिंग एंजल्स एजुकेशनल स्पेक्ट्रम की तरफ से। हमारी एक नई सीरीज आज से शुरू हो रही है। उसका पहला एपिसोड इतिहास के पन्नों से, फ्रॉम द पेजेस ऑफ इंडियन हिस्ट्री। दिस विल बी द फर्स्ट एपिसोड एंड लाइक the last one, the आजादी की कहानी from angels की जुबानी, we had appreciable cooperation from you. We had your views coming time to time and we kept transforming ourselves according to the need of the time and according to your views. I hope we again shall be getting the same response from you. We are starting history classes and this first video will include the definition of history, and then of course we shall talk about, when we talk about history, it is all about what, where, how and when. So definitely we shall be talking about the definition. After that, definitely we shall be talking about the division of the human past, right? And then of course, in the next series we shall continue further. Let me tell you friends, it will be very useful for class 6, 7 and 8. Basically, we are preparing this series for these three classes. I've got some students with me. They will also be interactive, lively with me in the classes. This being the first video, they may not be as much live as is required, but as the series proceeded further, you will see a lot of involvement of all the students. So, to start with, see, when we talk about history, broadly, it is everything of the past. All the events that happened in the past. When we study them in a chronological order, we call it history. Right? Then, why at all we should study history? The question arises after the definition, what is the need? Why should we study history? See, we must study history to know our past. We should also study history to learn from the mistakes our ancestors made. We should also study history to know the richness of the ancient languages, the ancient culture. We should also study history to see the evolution, how men evolved. See, we were not the same. We have been evolving. Do you know? We evolved from apes. We evolved from apes. And now we are human beings. From apes, it's been a continuous evolving phase and we have come to be the human beings. Right? So this also we study in history. Primarily, our past can be divided into three periods: prehistory, proto-history and history. Prehistory, proto-history and history. What is prehistory? Prehistory is the period when humans did not have a written method of communication. When humans did not know how to write. Proto-history, there was a period of transition from prehistory to history, which is known as proto-history. Proto-history refers to the period or stage of human development or a particular culture immediately prior to the emergence of writing. See, before writing, human beings had developed other skills. They could draw paintings and they could draw symbols. With the help of paintings and symbols, human beings could communicate. So that was the period. That period is known as Proto-History Period. And history, of course, refers to the period for which written records are available. See, I would like you to take to a timeline. Okay, and with the help of timeline, I would like you to know exactly about the prehistory period, the proto-history period, and of course, then the history period. See, the prehistory period start from the very existence of the human beings, and it comes down to somewhere 3000 BC, right? It starts from Paleolithic age and somewhere to the beginning of the Neolithic, and then of course from 3000 BC to somewhere 600 BC, the era of Gautam Buddha. That just before the time of the era of Gautam Buddha, I'm sorry, that is the period that is termed as proto-history. And then of course we have the written records, and later on all this period is known as history, right? So that is how it is divided right from the proto-history till today. All this period is the till the present date, it is history. Okay, then again I would like to see, all of a sudden while talking about the prehistory period, the proto-history period and the history period, I started using the terms BCE or CE or AD. So far I haven't clarified what this BCE or CE or AD stands for, right? And you must be very eager to know, right? So let's know all these terms. अच्छा बच्चों, आपसे कोई कहे कि आपका जन्मदिन बताओ, और मान लेते हैं, मुझे अभी याद नहीं है आपका जन्मदिन, मान लेते हैं आपने कहा 15/4/2015, तो इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? जो 15 आपने बोला दैट इज द डेट, 4 जो बोला दैट इज द मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल, और 2015 वो ईयर है जिसमें आपका जन्म हुआ, राइट? दिस इज हाउ वी टॉक अबाउट द डेट्स. Similarly, in history also, we notice dates, years, decades, century. For example, when we say 273 BC or AD 711, there is a meaning of BC and AD. Let's know how this is related to Jesus Christ. See, BC stands for before Christ. All dates before the birth of Christ are expressed in BC. They are counted backwards. For example, 273 BC. It means 273 years before the birth of Christ. BCE stands for before Common Era. See, there are two terms used, BC, BCE. BC before Christ, BCE before Common Era, right? Similarly, there are two terms used for after, okay? That is, one is AD. AD stands for Anno Domini. Anno Domini means in the year of Lord Christ. And there is another term used, that is CE. CE means Common Era, right? Both these terms are used after the birth of Lord Christ, and these two terms, BC and BCE, are used before the birth, right? Two terms before, two terms for after. So this is how we used these. Just see this timeline. We take 0 here. This is the time, the birth of Christ. The event which happened before this are called BC or BCE. The event which happened after this are taken AD or CE. Right? If I say that something happened 4,000 years ago from today, from the present time, that means we have taken 2,000 years after this and 2,000 years before this. So it has been added from right from here to here. Could you get my point? Okay. So, today in the first video, we learnt about the definition of history. We also learnt about what is prehistory, the proto-history, and then we came to know about what is AD or CE or BC or BCE. We also learned to calculate the time from the present time. We shall proceed further. We shall further talk about things in the next video. Till then, it's goodbye from all of us. Happy learnings. Good night.